In this video, we are going to show you how to replace your positive terminal fuse block connector. Let's get started. Before you start removing your positive battery terminal, you need to remove your negative battery terminal from the battery. To do that, we'll use a 10mm right here, loosen this, and set it aside. Now that we have the negative cable off of there, let's move along to this area. We're going to lift up on this plastic cover. Should want to pop right up off of there. After we have that off of there, we're going to continue on to removing each of the wires that are held in place. To do that, we'll use a 12mm socket to remove each of the mounting nuts. Now let's follow it down to this area. You're going to find two wiring harnesses you have to disconnect. There's one on either side. To remove this, use a small pocket screwdriver. You can come right inside this rectangular area, press it in, and then pull it down. Once you have the forward one out, do the same to the rear. Go ahead and give that a quick inspection for corrosion and set it aside. At this point, we can move along to our top 13mm headed nut. Remove that, and then remove the fuse block. There it is, friends. Now, before we continue on with our installation, we need to continue cleaning. Let's lift up on this cable, and you want to make sure you clean the underside of it and the top side. It's important to make sure you have good contact between the battery terminal end and this cable. I'll use some sandpaper for this. We'll clean up both sides, make sure there's no dirt or corrosion. Assuming that looks good, make your way to the terminal end itself. We want to make sure that's clean of any corrosion as well. All right, let's get this thing installed. We'll take the cable, slide it back into place. Put the fuse junction box on here, continue on to your washer and your mounting nut. Go ahead and tighten that up. Once it's bottomed out, just give it a little extra. Give it a wiggle to make sure it's completely secured to the battery. Now we can start reconnecting our connectors down along the bottom. You want to make sure that you have the tan looking one on the rear of the vehicle and the gray looking one towards the front. We'll get these lined up and slide them up and in. Listen for a click. There's my click. I'll give it a tug to make sure it's secure and move along. Another click. Nice and tight. Before we put on these two cables, let's also clean the mating surfaces. Once you have them both started, go ahead and snug them up. It's bottomed out. Make sure it's snug. Move along to your plastic protective cover. Continue on to your negative battery terminal. You want to make sure you press it all the way down onto the battery. Typically, you're going to have a little bit of that battery post sticking up. After that, tighten the 10mm nut until it's nice and snug. Perfect. Now at this point, you can go ahead and hop inside the truck, start it up, assuming it runs, shut the hood, take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.